All right, this is Wednesday, second period. We're doing our live video, and it's going to cover a new assignment I just posted, which is a thing we're going to work on for a couple of days in a couple of different steps. And let's take a look. So the title is Chatbot Warm-Up Project. So you know our big project you're going to have with the group, it's going to take a while, is to make this chatbot where you can ask it questions or it asks you questions, and then it sort of narrows down to a recommendation you need or an answer to what you're looking for or something like that, depending on the topic you choose. And last time I gave you a template or an example version to kind of mess with just to see how it works. And this time you're going to make a template or example version. So if you click on this link, it will take you to a page from that same IUPUI project site we used last quarter for the trivia project. This is from the same people and they do a good job, so we're going to follow their lead as well, which is kind of like last quarter. It's going to say, here's a template, here's a basic framework, and then you get it running, and then you add your own stuff, and then you make some changes. This is a little bigger. It's going to take longer. So what they do is have individual warm-up practice versions. Then once everybody gets it, once everybody's seen how this thing works, then you do the big group version. Maybe a week from now. I think probably 3 days of this, maybe more. We'll see what happens. But anyway, you can watch this video, and I think I've said this in the past, but I recommend watching it on like 1.5 speed because the guy talks kind of slow, and you can always pause if you need to, but whatever works. So it has several steps. If you click to the code template part, that's what we're going to do today, and it gives you some if you click right here to the getting started, this is actually the same stuff you use on the big project, but we're using it for the little one first. Again, quick video. You're going to do a very similar thing to what we've done before, which is go to Replit. This would work elsewhere, but Replit is great. It might work on Code.js. Maybe somebody could try. I don't know. And it gives you a little bit of HTML, a little bit of JavaScript, which is literally just pointing to a file. And then RiveScript is the chatbot stuff that we're going to actually use, which you have seen last time. If you did this guy, this was a little bot you could chat with, and it had the code. After the beginning stuff, like the variables and the substitution, then it gets into this question and answer part where you can pretty quickly figure out the syntax, like the plus and minus to mark input and output, and sometimes it's just flat text, other times it has an asterisk for a wildcard, or setting a variable, things like that. And yeah, it is a little different from HTML, although it kind of looks like it. It is a little different from JavaScript, although it kind of works similarly in some ways. But it's quite simple, and we will get used to the details as we go. Like, for example, if you notice when you start to make yours, it'll give you an error when you put an apostrophe in there, and then you have to figure out how to get around that. There are little quirks that we'll figure out. But anyway, if you didn't test that last time, you can do that here. And the big part on this one is the CSS, because it has a lot of design. It's meant to look like a little sort of text window. If you click here, there's a live example, and so it looks kind of like iMessage or something. I think, if I remember right, the last time I opened this, it said, "What's your name?" and I said Tim. It might remember that and say, "Hello, Tim," because I don't think that's the default. And then pretty quickly you'll see that this template has almost nothing in it. Like it says hi and asks your name, I think, and then if you say other stuff, it just says error. So you can add whatever you want to yours. and go from there. But that'll be the next step. The step today in your assignment today is literally to just make yours that works. Like if you hit run, it'll pop up and say hello and respond once, even if it says, I don't know what you're talking about. We'll get into the other stuff later. If you look at the script now, it's got start, which is a keyword. It doesn't mean your user type start. It's just literally the startup. And it says, hello, I'm blah, blah, blah. And then it's got an asterisk, which is the wildcard. So if they type anything else, it'll say, sorry, I don't understand that. Jim List, the guy who made this, added a little bit to his live example. And you could add other stuff to yours, like if you say bye, it'll say bye. Or if you say, what's your name? It'll say, my name is, Luigi or whatever. You can add these sort of back and forth question and answer, and then you can get deeper into the more complicated stuff as we go. But that's for next time. First, your assignment is to literally get one that works with your name on it and attach that here. And that'll be, try to snap, let me try again, your first little 10 out of 10 assignment for this. The next one, the next step will be to add a little bit more chat functionality, to change the look a little bit, to make it look, up to your specifications. I think on mine, I did one in the other class, made the background blue or something like that. You can mess with these if you want. And he has a few tips in here about what you might change and so on. But your assignment today is just to get one that works, get the files, have them linked to each other, have it pop up when you hit run without an error. That might be quick, or you might see some errors and have to figure it out. Then Friday we'll do a little bit more, next week we'll do a little bit more. However, on any particular day, if you want to look ahead, you can. You can always, click next. Or you can just mess with it. Since you have done a similar thing before, you know the idea of, well, I'm going to change the layout, I'm going to change the color, I'm going to add a button. You can do that, and if it goes wrong, we'll just copy the template again or go to the previous versions on your Replit. So that's it for today. I want to keep it simple, and I might have time to grade your assignment from last one, but I'm a little busy today doing National Honor Society stuff. I had a post yesterday, and now people emailed me a bunch of questions, so I got to respond to those. But this will take a few days. If you get really far now, that's great. If you just do the first part and go further on or e-learning or next week, that's okay too. Thanks.